Hi, I'm Rob Seltzer, the Aortic Chef, and welcome to the Aortic Kitchen. Today, I'm going to do a follow-up on what Mindy Seltzer, the aortic dietitian, talked about a couple weeks ago, which is hydration. Very important in this hot summertime that we stay well hydrated. And I have a couple recipes to show you that'll make it an easy and delicious way to stay hydrated. Now, before I get started, please take a look down below, hit that like button, and follow us and subscribe to the Aortic Kitchen. There's also a link down below for donations to Aortic Hope. So if you would like to be generous and do that, it would be greatly appreciated. We are a 501c3 run totally by volunteers. So I would be very thankful if you could find your way to do that. So let me get started. I don't want to spend a lot of time. So the first thing I'm going to make is a cold cucumber soup. Now, Mindy mentioned how cucumbers are the most water-containing food. It's 95% water. Okay, so I'm going to make a cold cucumber soup with some apple and some yogurt and basil. It's really delicious. Remember, recipes are just a guide. If you don't like basil, use fresh dill or use fresh mint. Sometimes you might want to put a little garlic in if you like it more savory, but this is just the start. So here's how easy it is. I have an English cucumber here, part of an English cucumber. I'm just going to put it all in there. One piece got away. I have half an apple here, a green apple for tartness and color, a little bit of green onion, actually I think 2 onions, the basil, half a cup. Doesn't get much easier. I have some yogurt. Now, the original recipe that I've seen, they all call for sour cream, but this is the Aortic Kitchen. So we're going to use yogurt. Now, this is low-fat yogurt. It's not full fat. You can use full fat, or you can use that part in your diet, but it will be richer. If you use the fat-free, it's going to be a little thin, so I do recommend at least the low-fat yogurt for this dish. I have some lemon juice and olive oil. Look at that, how easy is this? Everything goes right in. And one thing I rarely ever use in the Aortic Kitchen is a little bit of salt, because we are going to add electrolytes to this dish, because we need the electrolytes with all the heat that we're having this summer. And if you're sweating, we need to retain some more water. So this small amount of salt will not really affect you too much. I think this is what I'm making is about for 4 people, so it's about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So you should be able to adjust your diet to deal with that. Okay, there we go. And we put the lid on, and hopefully it all goes. And look at that. You let it run for a minute because I want this very smooth. So you let it really go. Now, there we go. Under 5 minutes. Prep took a few minutes to cut up the cucumber, and the apple wasn't really very much. So here we go. A delicious. Now, again, you can flavor this any way you want. You want this ice cold. So I would take this and put it in the refrigerator and let it get really nice and cold. Okay, this is enough for 4 people that I made. I will be putting the recipe later on in the video, so you can see it. Now, if you wish, I'm just making 2 big bowls, so I don't have as much cleanup. Okay, and I will give it a taste. Now, if you like, you can put a little more fresh basil on top. A little drizzle of olive oil will make it look really fancy and nice. But let's give this a taste. And again, it's better if it sits for a little while in the refrigerator. It's totally delightful. Lovely. Taste those cucumbers. a bit of the olive oil in there. I use a good extra virgin olive oil, so it's got a lot of flavor. And a little bit of everything. Maybe a little bit more apple, or this one just wasn't quite sweet, but really, really nice. And you have a bowl of that. If you're not a water drinker, this is one good way to get hydration, adding water to your diet during the day. So I'm going to reset here and get ready for the next recipe, and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back, and I'm ready for our second recipe today for hydration. This is so easy and delicious, and it uses all the things of the season. So I'm going to make a watermelon beverage, or an agua fresca, out of the fresh watermelon, coconut water, which is a great electrolyte, has lots of good potassium in it, and some lime juice, and just a little bit of salt. And again, I'm going back to the blender, and watch how quick. So I cut up, a bit of watermelon. The coconut water is in the measure with it. It's 2 parts watermelon to 1 part coconut water. A couple tablespoons of lime juice. A pinch of salt, so we have the sodium. Whoop, that's it. Now, you can add anything else. Again, this is a recipe, which is a guide. If you like it spicy, put a jalapeno or a serrano chili in there. If you want some fresh mint, anything that you like, you can add to this and make it taste, to your own personal taste. So I'm going to get noisy here. Okay, that's it. Now, what you really want to do with this needs to be ice cold. So take it, make it early in the day, put it in the refrigerator or the night before so it's nice and ice cold, or, so I'm going to do here now, I'm going to put it over ice. So it will taste delicious. Now it's a little foamy from all the blending, but that's all right. It looks kind of pretty that way. And I have an extra one here because, well, I think I'm going to save it. I don't want to dilute this. All right. Oh, and my assistant over here offered something if you like tahini. All right. That's a great seasoning. It's very popular today. This is a reduced sodium tahini. So instead of the salt that I put in here, you could put a little of the tahini to give you that chili lime flavor, or sprinkle it right on top, which I might do, I think. Or you can even rim your glass if you want to be a bartender. You can take your lime and rub it around the rim of the glass, and then dip it in the tahini. But that's a lot of tahini, and I don't necessarily recommend that depending on your sodium tolerance. All right, so this is it. Cheers. That is delicious. Really, really good. Refreshing. Again, this makes enough for probably 2 people, and you can drink it all day. It's really, really helpful. Drink it as, if you remember when Mindy, if you watched her show last week, she said drink small amounts throughout the day. Don't chug, a pint of water or this at one time, half a cup every 15, 20 minutes. So make it last, savor it, enjoy it. This is a really wonderful, you know what? I don't care if it's hot out, I'll drink this year round if the watermelons are good. It's really, really nice. So I want to thank you for joining me in the Aortic Kitchen again. We will be back the first week of August. And so that's a couple weeks away with another program. And Mindy will do hers first, and then I'll follow up a couple weeks later with another recipe. So I want to say thank you very much for joining me and Aortic Hope in the Aortic Kitchen.